Hello, Doreen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi,
Thank you.
thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
So my channel is called the Esky channel, and that stands for engaging, sharing, connecting, informing, and empowering. And the reason why I started it a couple of years ago was to share my health journey, some of which I go into in the anthology, in fact. But there's so much more to Simone than just her health and her battles. So I wanted it to be a space where I can talk about other things, other topics of interest, that can hopefully be a blessing to others. And that's one of the main reasons why we are here today to discuss the Navigating Life anthology series, of which you
Wow.
are a book author.
Thank you.
It is being launched on the 31st of July, and we want to share as much information as we possibly can at this point in time without giving too much away, of course, to viewers and readers so they know what to expect. And so, yeah, without further ado, Doreen, let's just get straight to it. First of all, let me just ask a little bit. I know you're a mother and you've got a full-time job. Can you just tell us a little bit about Doreen and who you are?
Doreen, as you said, I'm a mother and I also work full time. So I hold down a full time job as well, and a wife, now an author,
Indeed. Amazing.
business owner as well. So
Business
very
owner
busy,
as well.
very
Fantastic.
busy.
So, Doreen, how did the Navigating Life anthology series came out of a women's ministry from ICANN Community Church? And that women's ministry is called Evolve. How did you come across Evolve to begin with?
Well, during lockdown, I decided that I wanted to get involved in something, a little bit, something for myself, away from, looking after family and everything else. And some information came to me via my computer, and I decided to let's check this out. It looks really interesting. It's a Saturday morning. It's for women, and it's quality time. Let me see how I could benefit from this. And I've never looked back since. So
Indeed.
thank you, Claudine.
Indeed. And I mean, it's an amazing platform. I often say that with Evolve, I have this FOMO. So it was meant to be a 12-week thing. It started because of the lockdown. So it started last March, March 2020. And, it happens to be part of my church ministry. And 16 months later, it's still going strong.
Very strong. Absolutely.
Yeah, there've been, amazing, eminent speakers, I should say, who have come on and just shared so many nuggets with us. So I always have this thing that if I don't go on a Saturday afternoon, I will miss out.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. Yes.
And of course, it was one of those Saturday afternoons that the anthology series was announced.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But what actually inspired you, Doreen, to get involved, to put your hand up and say you want to become an author?
I think that I've always had a story that I've wanted to tell. And I felt this was the right time to do so. It was a difficult story, but I decided that there's bound to be other people or the women who could benefit from hearing my story. It sounds like a little bit of a taboo subject that people are not prepared to talk about. And I thought we need to talk about this in the church and outside. And why not me? Let me get the ball rolling. So that's what I did.
Good on you. And you've spoken about or mentioned the story. Do we get a little sneak preview, just a snippet, so the readers can be
tiny snippet,
suitably tantalized?
A little bit.
Go.
Been married, and one always assumes that you can have children. That's a natural progression of life. You get married and you have children. And so the wait was long, and the wait was long. And you'll need to read the book to find out the rest of the story.
Doreen, goodness me. Something tells me that obviously there's a whole lot more behind the scenes than
Certainly.
you've just revealed. A whole lot more.
Certainly.
I cannot wait to read the story. And that's the whole point of us meeting here today, to let our viewers know that there is the launch of the anthology series. Just to remind you, it's not just one book, it's 2 books. There are 29 authors. Doreen and I are 2 of those 29 authors. we couldn't even contain the stories in one book. We had to have 2 books in the
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
they're being launched on Saturday at 10 a.m. on the 31st of July. So make sure, guys, that you're tuned for all the details and you come along. It'll be an online event, but details will be coming your way very soon.
Absolutely.
So pressing along, Doreen, I mean, if there was any advice you could give to somebody who similarly was in your position, wondering whether they could share their story, they have a kind of feeling, an inkling that there's something there they want to talk about, but they just don't know how, they're feeling a bit, I don't know, giving into doubt, feeling fearful, what would you say to them?
I would say to them, everybody has a story to tell. And I think, go ahead, share your story. You have the story, you've had the experience for a reason. And when we have experiences, they're not just for us, they're to help other people. And if we can help even one other person, then your story will be well worthwhile writing and expressing. And that's how I felt. And I know that my story can help other people, and that other people can have that hope, that they can have that motivation. If Doreen can do it, if Doreen can share it, then I can share mine too. And you know what? Doreen will hold my hand along the way, or somebody else will. So we're all there together, sisterhood, help each other along the way.
Absolutely. I like the fact you brought that up about somebody holding your hand, Doreen, because that's exactly what this anthology series was about. And that was why I couldn't say no, you know. And even if it's not an anthology series that you become part of, so the first thing is to take that step, right?
Absolutely.
Once you have decided, believe you me, the help will come from somewhere.
Certainly.
The universe just conspires to bring you the assistance that you need. And yeah,
absolutely. Yes, we've all inspired each other. You know, we've cried together, we've held each other's hands, and we've shared.
We have,
you know, in the different sessions.
So true. But if I just take you back, Doreen, to, you know, when you were going through this difficult time in your life and trying to navigate life, you may not have seen it in that sense at the time, but just going about your normal business, trying to make things happen. If anyone had said to you, Doreen, that many years later you will be sharing your story, bearing your soul to the world, what would you have said to them?
I would have said no. You know, I come from a background, you know, the BAME community, we're very private. We don't share our business. And, you know, I had to think twice about sharing. I asked, you know, my husband, and I asked my daughter, and I asked, you know, my sister, can I share this story? It was, they were all very supportive. They said, go ahead, you know, it's a remarkable story. And I think you do need to share it for the benefit of other people. And it's something that I've wanted to do for such a long time. So, you know, exposing oneself to the public or to everyone is never easy. But I think that I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the support and the help, and the encouragement of others. And that's what life is about. It's about sharing. It's about community. It's about society. It's about giving back to others.
It is. It really is. I like the way you put that. The story is so much bigger than you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You're just there.
All of us, bigger than all of us, the entire, you know, group.
For sure. So you have navigated from that difficult point in time to where you are now. Doreen, you are an ambassador of hope. How does that make you feel, and what message do you want to send out there?
Wow, it's an humbling feeling, to be honest. I think that we're all ambassadors of hope. I've just taken that step, and I'm hoping that I can lead the way and be that set that pro model example so others can lead the way too. It feels good that I'm doing something that can help other people. And as ambassadors, we want to stand up with our heads held high, no matter what we've all gone through. We are victorious, and we are women of hope. And that's the message we want to get across to others. Your story is a message of hope. Your story can inspire, your story can support, and your story is nothing to be ashamed of. It is to be celebrated as women, as ambassadors for such a time as this.
Indeed. It's so true, what you say there about your voice, because so many women out there who feel, you know, that they don't have a voice, don't have the confidence to come forward, don't feel that they're worthy enough. All these self-limiting beliefs that we suffer with, but we are testament to that fact, I suppose, that you can, transcend all of that. Your story is valid, it's valuable, and it's coming out on the 31st.
Absolutely. All our stories, it's incredible that we're not a one-man band. We live in a society, in a community that has stories to tell. We're making history. We're making life. We're making purpose, and we want others to join us.
Absolutely. I loved that idea. That I think that was one of the other reasons that spurred me on to joining it, the pioneering aspect to it. So on this platform, we are the first. It's proven so popular. There's now a second series, and apparently, there's a waiting list already. Can you imagine?
Wow.
I mean, we haven't even finished the series. We haven't even launched it yet, and a waiting list has been created. So I just love the fact that we were the trailblazers. We were willing to put ourselves out there, push ourselves out of our comfort zone, and you did it.
But so did you. You did it. We did it. We all take credit for what we've done as a collective group, a body of women, sisterhood.
Definitely. But let's keep the balance a little bit, Doreen. We've spoken about all these positive aspects. What about the challenges? What did you find challenging, perhaps, about this process once you said, yep, I'm going to do it?
I think the challenging process seems to be, a number of things, several things. One, fitting in the time to get it done, having to do it, weekends, having working full time and having a family, having various demands on me. And also about, did I really want to expose myself, expose my personal life, my business to others? So those are the challenges. And also about how much to write. We can write a certain amount of words. And because there's so much to tell, it's about how do I cut this down? What do I put in? What do I leave out? But I always wanted to make it, authentic, but at the same time, not exposing too much about myself or my family, but also giving people a flavor of what life was like, what it felt like during the time after and even now. So, I think there's, probably other chapters to come, maybe.
Maybe, who knows?
Maybe.
But that's just it. I mean, striking that balance, Doreen, that you mentioned, that's one of the challenges, I guess, when you're writing about something so personal, and anything that's traumatic, I suppose at the end of the day will be, touching a nerve, and wanting to keep it authentic and at the same time, protect loved ones, etc. It's no mean feat. So well done.
Thank you.
So now we have done this, we have written the book, we're part of this anthology series. What next for Doreen?
What next? I think it's given me the motivation and the challenge. I'm saying to myself, I really want to write more. I want to write some poetry. I've written a few, and I'd like to do something with that. Words come naturally. I love speaking and I like writing. So perhaps maybe doing some kind of a writing course. Getting some more experience writing for the magazine. I'm writing an article now for the Ordained magazine. So, getting involved in other writing events and projects, but also, looking at businesses, maybe doing a podcast for women that may well relate to this story and might think, well, what do they do now? Where do they go from here? And I'd like to be able to support various women who may well read this and want the next steps, so I want to make myself available for support of the women in various circumstances, writing, and I'd like to do a lot more things.
Sky's the limit.
No limit here. No limit. The skies is the limit for all of us.
It's there to push through, right?
I just want to push through. I just want to soar like an eagle, fly as high as we can, because this is our time. We have this opportunity, and we're all here for a purpose and for a reason, and to find that reason, find that purpose, and really try to excel, to help, to support, and to grow and develop, and use all that resilience that we actually have, that we've learnt, that we've navigated through. We've navigated through life, and that has made us resilient. It's made us strong. Not without its pain, but it's made us stronger. and we can go forward. And that's what I want other people to do. Pain, no gain.
Quite. And pain equals purpose.
Pain equals purpose. No pain, no gain. Pain equals purpose. And pain also equals substance. Indeed. Women of substance.
That's what we are. I like
wow.
That. Wow, indeed. Final parting words, Doreen, to somebody who's watching this and wondering, Navigating Life Anthology series, what would you say to them?
I'd say to that person, come along on a Saturday morning, check it out for yourself. I can guarantee that you will leave feeling uplifted, empowered, resilient, and ready for the next step, the next journey of your life. What are you waiting for?
Indeed.
See you next week.
Get on that Zoom link. Coming to you very soon. Wow, Doreen, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
All that leaves me to say is, at the end of that rather tantalizing piece by Doreen, once again, I'll remind you that the launch will be taking place on the 31st of July, 2021 at 10 a.m. It's on a Saturday. It's an online Zoom event, so the details will be coming out very soon. And as Doreen says, come along. It's a fantastic space where there will be a whole host of phenomenal women and men. There will be speakers. There will be lots of nuggets that will be shared. You will get a little bit more of a glimpse, a bit more of a taster of what's to come in the anthology books. And you won't be disappointed. We can guarantee you that, right?
Certainly not. Looking forward to seeing you all soon.
Amazing. So Doreen, if people would like to follow you on your journey, keep in touch, there are, I'm guessing you have social media handles and...
Yes, I'm on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook.
Fantastic.
Under the name Doreen Douglas.
Well, I will get those details from you and I will share them in the link below. So anyone who wants to get in touch can do so.
No problem.
Follow you.
I'm also on Instagram.
Excellent. So they can follow you on your exciting journey, because something tells me there's a lot more to come, Doreen.
I think so.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Doreen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing to serve you, and thank you once again, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much. Take care.
You
Bye.
too. God bless you.